Hello, welcome. I wasn't actually planning on doing this video, but I had one of the comments about the backdrop, and it also was in my mind as well whether I put the right backdrop on. Because when I first chose this one, I thought the bushes were a lot lower and you would see a lot more sky, but it looks like a bit of a forest, which obviously depots could have been done like that, but I've decided to see if I can change the backdrops without really wrecking it. I'm not sure how I'm going to get these backdrops off, or do I just put them over the top of these? But I'm going to be using the this one is distribution depot from ID Backscenes. So I'm just getting close on that so you can actually have a see just in a minute. And I was also going to put so I need to cut this out, but I was just going to put a sort of title on the actual board itself. I never normally do this. So I'm going to get that cut out and that's stuck on there. And now I'm going to see if I can get this to replace this. This was probably one of my best applied backdrops as well. There's not one, well, very minor one just here, but the rest is absolutely perfect. No glue on it, no nothing. I'm not going to repeat that, guarantee it. So let me start this, and I'm going to strip all this down. Got my screwdriver, and it's just as simple as take this off, take the back off, take the sides off. So bear with me for a few minutes and I'll get this stripped down. Right, that's all the backboards off, and I'll start to strip, and it's come off fairly cleanly. I'm not sure if I put the paper over and it's not perfectly, will it show through? I don't know. I've only ever started from a fresh piece in the past, so I'm thinking of just taking it all off. Some of it seems to have stuck slightly better than other pieces. Well, I've got to change it now because I've completely ruined it. Whether I have to wet this to get it off is another thing, because it is really well stuck on this time. I was hoping that it'd all come off in one piece. And I was just wondering, is it worth I don't think I'm going to get all this off. It's too well stuck down. So I'm going to have to sort that out though, because I don't think, let me just check, let's have a look. Let's just get one of these out. Good thing about this is I do get 2 goes, because there's enough to go over it. Actually, I can't feel any of the paper underneath. So that's basically what we'll be looking at. And if I line that up with exactly the one below, that should, let's have a quick look on the layout itself. If I line that up like that, that's how it's going to look. So I could actually come up. No, I think it'll be better off like that as it was before, so I think that would look definitely better. And I think I'm going to get away with pasting it over the top. I mean, this is absolutely solid on. Whether it stays solid once I put the glue back on it. So, but that, I can't peel any more off that. This piece here is just coming away a little bit, the front there. So I'm going to see if I can strip that. Not a chance. I'm just hoping that it's flat enough, so I might have to just make sure I've got all any edge bits up, but you don't see it. So if I put that, I can't feel it through the paper. This is actually really thick quality paper anyway. I think that'll be okay. I'm going to risk it. If it all goes wrong, I'll use the second roll, and might even use that as the main one actually. Thinking about it. What does that one? I think they both look as good. Use that one as the main, this sheet. Right, I'm going to get the glue and give that a trial. What I have found is I've just wet all the, if I'd just done this before I actually started ripping it all off, it would have just soaked into the top layer and peeled off. So I just tried that on a piece and it worked a treat, so just leave that soaking. Right, just left that few minutes and it doesn't want to come up still. It did on the other board. It would have been better if I hadn't have half peeled it off, I think. Once you get it going, or perhaps I need to leave it to soak a little bit longer. I get impatient. But now I've sort of made a mess, I've got to clean all this mess off. So there is no use in doing it half measure, I don't think. So I might have to do a little bit more soaking and just getting it all cleaned off. So give me a few minutes, well I think longer than a few minutes. It'll take me a good 15-20 minutes to get all that clean. So with a bit of patience it is actually coming off quite nice now. So I should have done this instead of just going at it like a bull in a china shop, and it would have been a lot easier, wouldn't have taken any of the paint off the board either. Still a couple of stubborn bits, may need a little bit more water, but I'm just going to make sure it's all now. I'm not sure whether to just give this another coat of paint but with all the glue on it, I don't know whether it will react or go with it, sort of thing. So I'm a bit worried about where the board, where it's taken the paint off the board, where I really should have just wet the paper and peeled it off. I'd have been better off doing it that way. Hopefully that's not going to cause any major problems. So I don't need to do any more on there, everything all clean. Wasn't sure whether to repaint all this or not, but I think it'll be okay. I think it should stick alright. And I'm just using the same glue again, the backscene glue. And I don't think I need actually too much because it's already got quite a little bit of a coating of glue on there anyway. So I've got my line that I made the first time round. So I'm just going to make sure I've got plenty on the edges. I thought a bit of paper would come up then. So I think that's plenty on there. Just make sure it's all covered. And my hands are clean-ish. No real glue on them at the moment. Right, is that the one I want? I think it's the other piece actually. One that I've just put away. So I'll have to get that one back out. Right. This is the one I wanted because it's got all the grass texture on here, and I've put grass texture on the bottom corner. So I'm hoping that I don't make too much of a mess. Just going to line that up at the bottom. Before, I'm just going to leave that edge and trim that off afterwards. Trying not to get any glue on the board itself. I've got no glue on there. Right, knife. Let me just trim that. And I'm going to put these to one side to dry. Let me carry on with the rest, and we'll come back once they're all dry. Right, that's all the backdrops all dried and on, but I've got a few creases in this, and I caught a piece on the top there in the sky. Not my best work. These side pieces, they're absolutely perfect. You know, so you think to yourself, should I have changed it? So I've got a few creases here. There's one big crease there, and I've got like a mark there. But I think it'll be okay once fitted. So I'm going to put it all back together and just have a look. You know, but I think that's a better backdrop, and that sort of I think it will look better, you know, it'll sort of match in a little bit more. So anyway, I'm going to get this back together and have a proper look. Well, that's the backdrop. That doesn't look too bad actually. Wanted to if you're looking up close, but sort of this, sort of a view from a little bit of a distance, as you would do normally looking at this sort of thing. I think that looks okay. It's not perfect, but it's pretty okay. I'm not going to say pretty good because it's just okay. So, but yeah, I'm going to get the detail back on there and get something running. And there we are. I think it looks great. Much better with that backdrop. And I think it still needs a little bit of fettling just to get it to run as smooth as I can. But it's not running bad. I've tested all the tracks and they all run roughly about the same as this. So it slows down a little bit, so I could do with just getting that a little bit better, I think. But yeah, now right, I think this looks really good now, much better, you know. So and we're all fully working. All on DC. I've not wired it for DCC, but the option is there, and I think in daylight mode or nighttime mode it looks fantastic. I'm actually really impressed with how quick, really. And I was glad I got a comment on, you know, the backdrop, because I did sort of think about this one the first time round, but I thought I'm going to just keep it with some bushes, and I thought it was quite small bushes at the back, and then when I put it on it was more like a forest. But it's not perfect, the backdrop. I did get a little bit of a mark, you know, and a small crease in there. It is a real art, and I can do it every now and again, absolutely perfect, but usually not when I want the backdrop on. So that forest one, there was a minor crease in that, but it was like as good as I could get a backdrop. This one's got a bit more of a crease, but to be honest, now it's all together, you can't really notice it, so I'm quite happy. Anyway, thank you for watching this quick update, really. Hopefully it was quick, you know. I've not really seen how long it's going to be on the video yet, but thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this series, and I'll see you on the next one.